All right, Gemini. Woohoo! Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on for you? This is mid to end of August, actually. End of August reading. I will say one thing right out the gate, Gemini. You guys are squaring these new moons that are coming up. If you have planets early in Gemini, you're squaring the first new moon happening on August 22nd, happening this Friday. And if you have moons or any sun, moon, any planet, ascendant late in Gemini, then you will be squaring the second new moon in Gemini at 29 degrees happening in September. So that's a big deal. We have Uranus in your sign right now. So this is just about sudden information coming through to you, sudden declarations from other people, or you making sudden declarations, or some kind of sudden information coming through. So let's see what shows up in the reading. If you want to learn more about astrology and how you can use it in your everyday life and how you can kind of embody it for your best and highest good, link below. I'm starting a class this October, so jump on while you can. Water underneath. I'm going to take courage because we are dealing with some kind of stormy energy here for you. That's the Hamsa, spiritual cleansing, boundaries. This is how you're going to deal with it, and air. So there's definitely something about communication that is going to be important, communicating your feelings and being courageous about that, or having the courage to communicate your feelings when you might want to kind of stiffen up, okay, and not really show any information. I just saw the Queen of Swords, not really show any information about yourself. But right now you're being invited. I get the word invited. You're being invited to share your feelings and be courageous enough to do that, because there might be some people around you, or that you might have to be sharing those feelings with, that you don't necessarily trust. They're not safe. And that might be one of the feelings that you're sharing is, I think you're a liar. It hurts me. I feel like you have really used your position of power or strength or some kind of whatever position you held in my life, past tense, to kind of dominate and control me. And I'm just telling you that really feels bad to the other person. And, I've left the building already, so I can tell you that, right? It's not something I'm currently dealing with you. I'm dealing with the aftermath of something here. All right, so let's see what the reading shows us. I definitely saw the Queen of Swords as I was shuffling. Justice, there's Libra. The Seven of Pentacles. This has taken some time. The Awakening card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Empress. I'm going to take that King of Pentacles. All right, and what's going on here? Hanged Man and the Ten of Cups. All right, so that's a different story. This is about a person who's coming in, who's a future love partner. It's going to be built on the foundation of you being able to communicate your feelings, and even doing it to someone who's unsafe. Not so that they'll do anything about it, not so that you're kind of like have an expectation that someone's going to suddenly be like, oh, wow, I didn't realize this. I'm going to change what I'm doing. No. That's not the intention here. The intention is, it's important that I have my say. And that's something that maybe you have been working with for a while. And maybe you have, maybe you want to write them a letter or speak it verbally to them. I feel like this person that you're doing that to is unsafe. I just want to make that clear, that you need to be in a really good headspace to communicate feelings, because you've already unhooked from this. You're dealing with the healing of this. You have moved on. You're like on this other bus, train, plane, whatever, another level of consciousness, another level of awakening. And you're like, hey, by the way, that sucked because because you used your position of power to dominate and control me and manipulate me and all that kind of stuff. I just want you to know that I know that you did that. Nothing to do. I just want you to know, I know you did it. And I know you did it on purpose. Yep, there it is. 7 of Swords. Whoop, there it is. 7 of Swords, lie. 9 of Swords, lie or misleading. Someone being intentionally misleading. That's what I'm talking about here. 9 of Swords and then the 9 of Cups. So you're getting it. You know, I know Gemini and Sagittarius, one of the things that they have in common is this idea that everybody is like me and no one will do any, you know, if I wouldn't do it, then I can't imagine somebody else doing that. But this is kind of the awareness that someone really did a bad thing. And in your neck of the woods, that means a lie because you're an air sign. So this is about using your voice, using your throat chakra, using that energy to perpetuate a falsehood. That is like a cardinal sin for a Gemini or a Sag, especially to receive. And it's like, I can't unsee this, and I'm going to tell you. Knight of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands. There it is, the truth. Ace of Swords, 6 of Wands. There you are. And the High Priestess. Like, this person is doing what they're doing. They're kind of triangulating. They are, and this is not meant, I'm not saying this to you so that you will, kind of take pity on this person and be like, oh, well, they're so wounded and I should take care of them. I should help them. Actually, no. That's really not. There's a level of spiritual awakening that you're getting to that shows you that people act a lot of times out of their own wound. Most of the time. This person did that. Whether it was fear or harm that they themselves have undergone, it comes out as rage. It comes out as lies. Fear, obfuscation, so like you don't get too close, or it comes out as some way of the only way I can have relationship is to kind of trick you into and getting you to bow down to my own power. And you're like, screw that. What are you talking about? You're not the only headline, right? So there's just this sense of like, this person, it doesn't get it. They're underwater with this. The 10 of Wands is they feel oppressed, but they're doing it to themselves. They feel victimized. They're doing it to themselves. There's a way for them to navigate out of this victimhood that they have, but that would require accountability. That would require them to look at themselves, self-reflect. Nope. This Knight of Swords is very immature. So you're like, okay, well, I have the corner on the truth here. So just going to tell you, it's ugly. And it's antithetical to relationship, and you should really clean that up. And you are likely, whether you have a chance to tell them to their face or write a letter or energetically tell them, like a lot of times, if someone is really unsafe, I do not recommend telling them to their face what I just said to you. I do not. No bueno. Okay? I do not recommend it. And I recommend, in that case, energetically telling them. So you could talk to them out loud. You could connect up with their energy and read a letter that you wrote. And then you can do an unhooking with them. Now, this week, as we're moving into the energy of the new moon in Virgo, like I said, that is squaring you. And so a square is pressure or challenge. It's a challenge. This is a challenge, right? And your Gemini air energy is about communication, and it's about making a choice, because Gemini is a dualistic sign. So you're making a choice for yourself, kind of unburdening yourself. It's almost like you're dumping it out somewhere. This person energetically, I feel like this person is really kind of not very conscious of anything. And even if they were, they certainly don't look at themselves at all. It's like, whatever I do is right. So the point is not to try to affect any change. The point is, I see you. So maybe not this individual person, but I see you as a pattern. I see you in my life. I see myself getting sucked in to immature people who want to use me for their own purposes, whatever that is. And they lie, or they obfuscate. They don't quite tell the truth. And you're now going to be able to see the truth. This is the High Priestess here. You're going to be able to see the truth because of this connection. It's almost like, thank you. You're the key that has helped me unlock how to keep from this pattern ever again. No more of this pattern. No more getting lied to. No. This person is responsible. That's the soul contract here. And so this person, this is done in your life. This is done. Like, it's almost like when the universe says, like, okay, you see the pattern, you are working with it in your own life, you're doing the energy clearing, you're healing. That's the exam. You don't have to go up against this person. You don't have to, like, you're not responsible for their growth. You're really not. And the level of compassion that you might reach for this person, you could send them like, wow, that sucks to be stuck in this. And I said this to a narcissist that I left 2016. I was like, guess what? I get to leave. You got to stay with you. The world, Seven of Cups, person's clueless about this. Star, healing, could be an Aquarian. And there's the Strength card again. So there's courage here in leaving that behind. That's the action. Not really even the communication, but you having this awareness of this pattern of who this person is. And what's going to happen now is you're going to be better. You'll be better at seeing this, right? It's taken you a long time. Seven of Pentacles, it's taken you a long time, but you'll get better. You're better at seeing, because Hanged Man is sort of like, I see things from a new angle. I don't just see things like the shiny objects that the King of Pentacles want me to see, or the Ten of Cups. I see things, you're seeing things under the surface. You're recognizing a soul contract that is now complete. Congratulations. And this truth for you, so this person has to stay in their yuckiness. You get to go. You get to go. This is done. This is done. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away from this. Temperance, Archangel Michael helping you. The Five of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. This person is very sad you're going. I hear you, Charlie. This person's very sad you're going. They regret it a lot. It doesn't matter. The soul contract is complete. All right, so you're moving on. So let's continue on with this reading. I'll look deeper into what you don't see coming. Let's see what's ahead. All right, Gemini, link is below if you want to continue on with me. If you want to go deeper, I'll see you there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.